Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are making custom Space Marine chapters for Warhammer 40k, and will be our session 0. Everyone's going to make a fun little custom chapter. I have a few ideas that I'm going to work on while we do this, and we're going to rejoin Discord, and let's get started. I think everyone's still getting started, so okay.
Nico, if you wanted, you can invite everybody to the shared chat.
I got it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Mexi's got it.
Oh,
cool.
Thank you, Mexi.
Mm-hmm.
Praise the sun. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Let's get these open. Okay, I'm here.
Cool. I think we're just missing Yari.
Let me accept that thingy.
All three of you stink.
What?
That's what Samsung Cat Fridge said. That wasn't nothing out of quote from me.
Yeah, I took a shower this week. Excuse me? No, it's already gone. I can't believe Mexi took it again.
You stole the hat already?
Yeah, I know, right?
Cannot believe it.
There we go.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're making Homebrew Space Marine chapters today. Once we get Yari and Vimes in the shared chat.
Vimes is here.
Oh, Vimes is here? Okay. It's not showing up on my dashboard.
I'm there too.
Okay, everybody here. Cool.
I'm just waiting for my intro ad to finish.
Cannot relate. Don't have ads. Yeah, when everybody's ready to go, I can start the presentation. We got a little 15-minute presentation, and then we're going to do we're going to get into doing a little PDFs of everybody's homebrew chapters.
Yeah, Warhammer lore time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Big evil John Warhammer is coming for you.
How's it going, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday night.
Thank you for the follow, Yari.
What was it?
So thank you for the follow.
Oh, don't worry.
No gaming?
Yeah, not maybe a little bit today, because I do have Space Marine, but that's mostly for painting.
Yeah, I'm doing. I am painting everyone's Space Marine chapter in Space Marine, but I don't know if I'll be streaming that. But
you can just stream it on Discord because it's the same thing. I think.
Yeah.
Right, that'll work.
Yeah, it should be the same.
Once I'm done with the presentation, because I'm already streaming that. Which hopefully that goes well for everybody.
Yeah.
We're gonna let people file in a bit too. Hopefully people are interested in Warhammer stream. We'll see.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's VTubers and Warhammer, and that's always popular.
I love Warhammer.
How you doing today, Rare?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, Chad. You got to pay attention. There's going to be a quiz at the end.
Exactly. Quiz on.
Losing my mind? Why?
What you losing your mind for?
Booba.
Booba?
Yeah.
Where?
That always makes men lose their minds, you know.
Booba Marine.
Yeah. Especially.
Events and something political. Okay. We're not. I don't know if
Gotcha.
we're gonna get into that, but
I still haven't
hopefully
finished
it all goes okay for you. Still haven't finished what?
the first of the Night Lords books. It's so good though. I
How
wanna
dare
I
you?
wanna read it.
How dare you not do that already?
Talos didn't do anything wrong. He's just a little confused.
He did
Confused,
everything wrong.
Sure.
No. He's secretly like a little marshmallow. He's just a little softy.
Vimes, are you ready to go, or
Alright, I'm ready.
I think Vimes is. We're waiting on Vimes still.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
If you want to turn into my Discord stream, Vimes, I have the presentation up. Unless you want to just watch my actual stream, both will work.
Just a little Warhammer lore dump.
Indeed. And boy number 3 is still MIA. He's here. All right, Nico, you want to narrate the presentation?
Sure, we can switch around too if anyone wants to do that. So we
Sure.
are homebrewing Space Marine chapters. I haven't
Yes.
seen this presentation, by the way. It's new to me.
We're gonna cut to a little video that from some useful YouTubers that will explain how to do it, and that will also help the presentation. So we have making your own Loyalist Space Marine chapters by Astartes Anonymous, which is a short 13-minute video, which will explain most of this concept to both the viewers and us.
Okay.
So,
So you want to make your own Space Marine chapter? Well, that's the
Oh, I've
brilliant
seen
idea.
this guy. I like him.
Homebrewing Space Marines is, in my opinion, one of
Indeed.
the best things about 40k.
He does a lot of
in
shorts.
fact, if all of the fan-made animations are anything to go by, I would
it looks like he
absolutely
has a
argue
little
that
custom
fan-created
chapter
content is
already.
the lifeblood of this hobby. And Homebrewing Space
Indeed.
Marines is by far the most undertaken venture in that area. The other Astartes Anonymous monkeys and I have been passionate homebrewers for years, and we're always pushing each other to do better. So let's talk about Homebrewing Space Marines. Now, just as a disclaimer, you can feel free to
Ooh, that's a
discard
lot.
everything I'm about to say. The key thing is to have fun. There should be no restrictions or rules placed upon your imagination, especially in search of enjoying the setting and embracing your own creativity. However, there are a few guidelines we'll lay out through this video that should be helpful for a number of reasons, ranging from comfortably allowing your homebrewed loyalists to be believable within the setting, as well as setting your loyalists up to not only be interacted with by other homebrews and canon factions in a way that won't disrupt their standing in the setting, but also setting up your own Space Marine chapter to be able to take part in the greater narrative as it unfolds. Now, I'm sure at this stage, other YouTubers would one by one start to list off the different Space Marine legions, and start talking about the virtues of Chad Thundercock's gene seed or the pure and stable lineage of Primarch Lightning McQueen, and how their respective legions
Thundercock,
could have an
let's
impact on a
go.
chapter's personality, fighting style, and
That's
preferred
the
flavor
War
of
Master.
fucking Doritos. That shit just doesn't really matter. It doesn't
More
matter.
like the
There's
Dead
examples of
Master.
Space Marines from Guilliman and the
Got
Ultra
him.
Marines lineage who don't give a shit about the adaptability and codex compliant shenanigans of the Ultra Smurfs. And conversely, there's examples of Space Marines from Vulcan and the Salamanders lineage that behave more like Space Wolves than the lovable Sons of Nocturne. The truth is, a chapter's history and story will always be more important to their overall character/vibe than their lineage. Not to say lineage can't be used to impact a homebrew's character/vibe. The Black Rage is exclusive to the Sons of Sanguinius, and chapters that have a medieval/knightly vibe just hit different when they're from the Dark Angels or Imperial Fists. But ultimately, there's nothing stopping you from having an Iron Hand successor that are inherently knightly and chivalrous, or a Dark Angel successor that prefers cybernetic augmentations and tank warfare. Feel free to circumvent gene seed expectations as much or as little as you want. With all that being said, I'm going to give you the ultimate cheat code to homebrewing Space Marines. I'll bring this cheat code up again several times over the course of this video, because it's just so fucking powerful, and can really help you get away with doing things that aren't compliant
What's the cheat code?
law. And that cheat code is simply being vague. Let me give you an example with your chapters.
Let's
say
go.
your chapter to be
Being
an abomination,
vague.
where its Marines are comprised of mixed gene seed from several other chapters. Now, normally this would mean your Space Marines are, at all moments, minutes away from turning into Cronenbergs from Chernobyl. However, with the power of being vague,
Oh, we need
you can
Subway
have your radiation
Surfers,
change
Drew.
anything. So, where are they descended from? Oh, they
Already
think
on.
they may be from the Khan, the Lion, or maybe even insert trait of Primarch, or possibly even a mix of all three. The truth is, record keeping within the Imperium is utterly horseshit, and you have the power to capitalize on that as much as you want. How's anyone going to complain about your Giga Gene Seed chapter when the Remembrancers can't even tell where your chapter's Gene Seed's from? This works for traitor Gene Seed loyalists too, because typically that's not information a chapter would be very proud of, even if they knew about it, which they likely wouldn't. So you could roll that into your homebrew's narrative. Who are your Space Marines descended from? Well, the Remembrancers have been unable to ascertain anything for certain, though it's rumored that they're descended from Perturabo's Iron Warriors.
It is
Though the
makes you
chapter
put Subway
vehemently denies
Surfers
this.
up.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Embracing ambiguity will help you not just work outside of the box, but it will allow you to blow the
I
box
didn't even
to
think you
pieces
could do
without
that.
messing around with the established lore. That being said, one of the most underrated
I
things
thought
you can
traitors
do
were
with
just
Space Marine
traitors
homebrew
the whole
is to not
time.
only not blow up the box, but to embrace the tropes and stereotypes within it. The whole setting is
Well,
nothing
as
but
long as you're
satire of
vague.
tropes and stereotypes, and embracing those things is a tried and true way of setting your chapter up for narrative success. This is why so many chapters follow the knightly vibe, because it works. If you're someone from a military or just a milsim background and that atmosphere appeals to you, there can only be good things to come when you embrace the strict, militaristic, artillery, tactical superiority vibe. And from that trope that you've selected, you can then create your nuance. For example, take that same vibe and ask, do they care about human casualties? Yes? Congratulations, you've just created something akin to the Marines' malevolent, but wildly subverted expectations. And from here, using tropes and stereotypes, you can carve out even further nuance. How do they talk to one another? How do they show camaraderie?
You were joking when they said Family Guy?
At all?
Yeah, I haven't watched Family Guy, so I don't know how much.
But also because they can be very easily
it's showing
modified to
up.
create your own personal spin on things. This
I'm-
ranges from thematic backgrounds like
I might get striked. I
civilizations
always
or
get striked.
organizations,
I
all
don't
the way
even
up to
worry
the
about it.
accents the Marines speak in,
Doesn't
be it
matter.
Old Scottish or Arabic, or even modern hoity-toity English. And you'll find things like naming conventions, aka Space Marine names, or even the chapter's named identity will then come very naturally to you. And this segues very nicely into the next important thing, and that's, what are your chapter's goals and rivalries? Are they Sons of Dawn from a homeworld overrun by chaos, staunchly resolute in taking vengeance against one
that's
particular
important. I didn't
warband,
think
to
about
the
goals. I
detriment
might
of
need
other
some help with
campaigns
that
they
one.
could be pursuing? Or perhaps a young chapter that are the attack dogs of a minor inquisitorial order created with the sole purpose of furthering the goals of this other imperial body? Too young to have carved out their own culture, but slowly starting to recognize their place in the grand theater of war. And fleshing out your chapter's goals will probably help you flesh out their fighting style
Yeah,
as well,
that's
if you haven't
true.
thought about that too much already too. Fighting Iron Warriors and their demon engines? Sounds like you guys enjoy tanks. Fighting Gene Stealers or Chaos Cultists in hive cities? Maybe an excess of Flamers and Chainswords is more your style. Got a really intense rivalry with a group of Space Marine swordmasters that worship Slanesh? Maybe your men will counter that with their own legendary school of sword fighting. How
He
you
had
go
like
about
5
handling these
different
last
brain
3
rot videos
points,
playing at once,
lineage,
and it made
tropes,
the
and
actual
goals, will
video
start to give you a
really
real
fucking
feel for the chapter's
small.
thematics and
I
personalities,
wish,
but nothing's
I
going to
wish
give
we
your
could
chapter as
get
much
some brain rot
personality
up.
as understanding its actual persons, its characters, its leaders. Now, whilst you can take the Iron Hands approach and have a council of leaders, or an approach which is true for a lot
Phone.
of canon chapters, and have no named leader at all, just an unnamed figure and a chapter that thrives on its own personality, which, disclaimer, if you can pull off, is awesome. It's a real amazing test of whether a chapter's personality can stand on its own 2 feet without mentioning any named leader outside of the knowledge that they really just have one. I would certainly encourage you to use a single chapter master, for the sole reason that creating this character is going to be some of the most fun you will have during your chapter creation process.
Ooh,
This guy
okay.
can be the utter embodiment of your chapter's values and approach to war. Or He could be an aloof subversion to your chapter's expectations. Not only that, but this guy and 2 other guys are where you can dump your power creep. The Chapter Master, the First Captain, and the Chapter Champion. Now, of course, this isn't a rule of thumb or anything
so
like that. This is simply something
by
that
making
I like,
that
and it's served me
character,
really well so far. All 3
it's-
can be
it's
legendary
gonna
fighters, but you
be
can split the
representative
troops
of
amongst
the
them. One of
chapter
them
as
can
a
be
whole.
the legendary tactician.
That's
the
gonna
other,
be
the
hard,
headstrong
though.
brute
I don't
or
know if I
quiet,
can make a good
contemplative
chapter
leader
master.
that always gets the job done. And one of them could well be the greatest fighter using an unusual fighting style that's more common amongst your chapter. This is the character that will be able to go toe-to-toe with the big baddies and survive. Not necessarily win, but having a character throw down with an ancient Chaos Lord and live to tell about it is always fun. Though, do be careful when using named baddies or antagonists. You don't want your character to diminish an established character's value. That's really important. For example, instead of saying your champion, captain, or chapter master fought Khan the Betrayer to a standstill or survived the encounter, instead saying your champion, captain, or chapter master fought Khan the Betrayer and was gravely wounded and was only saved at the last minute due to heroic/self-sacrificing actions from another character, now your champion, captain, or chapter master has been implanted with several cybernetic prosthetics to resume duty and has learned a great deal from his humbling, or succumbed to a great rage from his loss. Taking this approach will not only spare you from degrading a much beloved, long-standing character, but will add a level of narrative depth to your character too. Or alternatively, let's say your character was such a Giga Chad in combat to the point of being one of the single greatest Space Marine fighters in the Imperium, on par with a Custodian, which is what he'll need to be to give a proper fight to Khan the Betrayer. You can once again fall back on our beloved cheat code of being vague. Oh, what happened with your chapter in the World Eaters warband they encountered? Well, whilst the main portion of the chapter was engaged with the World Eaters in combat, Chapter Master Bingus Bongus went missing, though at some point our teams also lost track of the son of the Red Angel as well, only for Bingus Bongus to appear almost unscathed at our retreat point to tell us how he was unable to slay the Red Angel's terrible son. See, now you're inferring that your Chapter Master was able to stand toe-to-toe with Khan without actually saying as much. Who knows what happened when those 2 were left alone?
Dang,
Maybe they
Bingus
played chess,
Bongus is
maybe they
kind of a
worked it out,
badass.
Maybe they dicked each
Bongus
other.
gonna
The Giga Chad Bingus Bongus.
Is just a god-tier beast, but of course that would diminish Khan as a character. So instead, all that anyone knows is that they went missing at the same time, and your chapter master escaped with only minor injuries, having failed to have killed Khan. On a similar but side note, this is the same thinking you should consider employing for deciding the age of your chapter's key characters, if you want to give them any age at all. It's
Like
been a
200 to
long-established fact
300.
that Dante of the Blood Angels is the oldest living
okay.
Space Marine, approximately 1500 to 1600 Terran years. Sorry, oldest living Loyalist Space Marine. And that a Space Marine reaching even half of his age is overwhelmingly rare. Remember, Space Marines are an expensive resource, but they're a resource to be spent nonetheless, so they do die. So if you want your Chapter Master to be considered old as balls, just never mentioning their age with a specific number and talking about it through rumor and hearsay is a much better way to go about it. Though named dreadnoughts are an exception to this rule. They can be a couple of thousand years old, no problem. Anyways, let's talk about foundings. When putting this script together initially, I didn't think that
That's
foundings
one
were overly
thing that
important
will be
to
tough.
the kind of message I'm trying to send here, but on greater inspection, I realized that they are. In fact, I'm actually going to be uncharacteristically rigid with what I'm going to suggest for foundings. So in case you didn't know what foundings are, they're essentially these big milestones.
Okay,
in
that's
time
another
when
thing
more
I was
Space
confused
Marine
on, so
chapters
hopefully
are
this
formed.
will
So
help
there's
clear
about
some stuff
30
up.
different foundings, with
Yeah,
the second
there's
founding
too
being
many
just after
foundings.
the
I only
Horus
know, like,
Heresy, and the most recent being
a
the
few.
suspected 28th or 27th. The ultimate founding. Now, there's a few important things about a few of the foundings that are key
We are
to
doing
remember.
Homebrew
If
Space
your
Marine
Homebrew
chapter
chapter is
for
young
today.
and all Primaris, or you want them
That's
to be
what
those
we are
two
making
things,
today.
go with the ultimate
Yeah.
founding. This was the founding that coincided with the revival of Rowboat Gorilla Man, and had a huge influx of new Primaris chapters. Alternatively, if your chapter has some wacky gene mutation like the Black Dragons who have bone claws are on the verge of being declared renegades, I might suggest the 21st Cursed founding. The majority of chapters born of the 21st had, problems. And if you want your chapter to be utterly ancient,
God bless the
instead of
Lamenters.
saying the name of a founding, once again embrace our vagueness cheat code and say something like, it was between the 3rd and 6th founding, but all records have been lost. Reason being is the same sort of reason you're about to get for the 2nd founding. And with that being said, don't do 2nd founding chapters. I mean, I'm not your dad.
Oh,
You can do whatever
okay.
you want. Read
Good
the
idea. I
disclaimer
was
in this video.
thinking
I
about
would,
doing
however,
a 2nd
discourage
founding.
second founding chapters
Taurus.
because these guys are often as pivotal and as historically memorable/important as the first founding legions. The Black Templars, the Crimson Fists, the Flesh Terrors, the Nova Marines, the Mortifactors, the Silver Skulls, the Raptors, technically even the fucking Grey Knights. Now, whilst not all of the second founding chapters are as important or as well known as the ones I've just listed, these guys kind of set the standard for the narrative impact you'll need to reach with a second founding successor. It's doable, but it's a metric ton of work, and I personally wouldn't find it a lot of fun to try and live up to the legacy of those chapters. And since we're on the topic of things I wouldn't recommend doing unless you're prepared to
Okay,
operate
that's good
under
to mention,
vagueness
'cause
and
I didn't
rumor,
know if
I would
second
implore you
founding
to
was
keep
that
your Space
important.
Marines around the 1,000
It is very
Marines mark.
important.
I know, sadly, I may alienate a number
Like
of
the
you
Black
lovely people with
Templars.
this one because having beyond 1,000 Marines is a very popular thing to do, and that's okay. Remember, I'm not your dad. If that gives you joy, go for it, brother. Absolutely. That being said, a little more is fine, less is definitely fine, but the truth is that Space Marines that go over that number create problems untold. Please see the Astral Claws and the Badab War. Now, I know there's more to that story than just the Astral Claws growing their chap to be on Codex compliant numbers, like them not paying their taxes. But that kind of response is typically
What a
one can
great
expect from the
chapter.
Imperium
Never not
when
pay
the
your
Imperial
taxes.
Siege Space Marines go well over the 1,000 Marines mark outside of
Paying
Undertaking
taxes
Crusade.
is
The truth is, the Black
important,
Templars and their untold
especially for the
thousands
Imperium.
of Marines, it's an outlier and an exception, and that's something that makes the Black Templars incredibly special. I think something that's worth mentioning is if you've entertained all that we've talked about with your thoughts or writings about your homebrew, it'll probably be pretty obvious to you what sort of allies, if any, your homebrew may have, as well as their relationship with them and what keeps that relationship going. Having allies for your homebrew is really, really fun when writing about your Space Marines, especially if those allies are from another homebrew, be it your homebrew or the homebrew of a friend. And I think you'll find if your friend and you have stuck to the majority of these guidelines, you can not only undertake narrative campaigns and stories together, but you can also find those stories interacting with the canon setting and likely gelling with it very smoothly. And if you've gotten to the end of this video and you're still a little bit stumped about where to start, I would like to quote one of our good friends who runs the God Emperor's New Groove page on Instagram. He recommends the In a Nutshell test. For example, my homebrew Space Marines are apathetic salamanders in a nutshell, or my homebrew Space Marines are loyalist Night Lords in a nutshell. Begin with an ultimately immensely simple premise, and flesh it out using the discussed topics until, well, profit. Anyways, to finish off this video, I wanted to let you guys know that we're doing a series soon, where each episode will take one of your homebrews and go over its written
think we got it,
narrative
right?
pieces, its key characters, and give some short feedback on what we really like.
Yep, that's pretty much
Okay.
the gist of the video, and then there are some other slides, but they kind of just reiterate the points. If Nico, if you want to read real quick.
So, crafting a chapter origin. What's the name of the chapter? Who is the chapter master? I think making the chapter master is going to be the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chapter colors. What is your chapter's gene seed origin? Does your chapter have a home planet, or is it fleet-based? And then if it does have a planet, what does it look like? What is their fortress monastery's name? Do all the chapters have a fortress monastery?
Pretty much. You can
What-
kind of just make up a name that sounds cool.
What is a fortress monastery?
Like it's the place where their home is. So it's a big fort, pretty much. That I know where their armory and stuff is stored at.
Can it like fly around?
Not usually.
Oh, okay.
If you're a fleet-based chapter, their ships can function as one though.
Okay. How do they fight? Are they codex compliant? And what is the chapter's interpretation of the codex?
And then this is the last
Yeah.
slide.
Does
I
anyone
can
want to
read it
read
real
this
quick.
for me? Okay, thank you.
I'll read it. It'll be, what are some of your chapter's relics? What do those relics do? Who are your named characters? What are their feats? Do you have any additional thing you want to add? What are you talking about, Giga? There was no fart.
Now
How
it's
dare you.
time to make your own. So we will go. I have an example one. If it was open, I don't know where it went. Let me open it real quick.
Yeah, I didn't think of very many ideas for the chapter master, which I'm now realizing was very important.
That happens.
Is my chair too squeaky?
Self-insert,
Yeah.
Nico. Put
you can
yourself in as
definitely
the
hear
chapter
it.
master.
Myself.
Goddamn.
I don't know how well that's gonna go.
Don't know
Oh, it's
where my.
gonna go perfect. Don't worry.
I appear to have accidentally closed my PDF, which I had saved. Awesome.
This reminds me of a middle group school presentation. Yeah.
It is pretty much that. Yeah.
It's the spiritual successor of one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna put myself as the chapter master.
No,
Sounds
no.
good.
Yariko doesn't know.
I did not. Give me 1 second, Giga.
Oh, I know. I don't
Oh.
care.
God, that would be.
Might have had an oopsie. I had one done up, and then I might have accidentally closed the window. That
Oh
saving.
no.
No.
Without saving?
All right.
Oh, it's over.
We'll go to Nico then, and then I'll rewrite all my stuff.
Wait. How are you gonna go to me? I don't have the thing.
I'll go.
Okay,
You
thank
don't
you,
have the
Mixie.
PDF set up.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
If you want to stream your little Discord window real quick, we can watch you build your chapter around it.
Alright, let me just quickly switch on over.
Are Yari and Vimes in the shared chat? It doesn't look like they are.
They're not streaming.
Oh, they're not.
But they are in.
Yeah. I mean, we're in the thingy, but we're not streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to stream it or not. It's up to you guys.
Where is my...
If you don't feel that it is good for it, it's fine.
Give me 1 second. I'm creating a new window capture. Firefox. There it is.
Properties.
There we go. And let me just share it on Discord.
All right.
Alrighty.
I can't go to sleep, Brian. I'm scared.
Of what?
Just gonna move.
The world is full of people who can't accept death.
Good.
They've all got their own ideas of what happens
There we
when
go.
they die. I mean, you're not afraid of anything. Even that monster.
All right, I'll
He's on his way out.
give me 1 second.
Every brick in this place is named after him.
There we go. Alrighty. So, ever since Sanguine Princep gave me this idea, or pretty much pitched this idea, I kept coming back to one idea and one idea only. What is it? I'm not going to tell you just yet, but you will see.
Okay.
So, let me just... There we go. Let me make you guys a little bigger on my screen. Yes, you guys are very small. There we go.
Brain rot is gone.
All right. So, essentially, what is my chapter name? It is going to be called The White Hand of the Emperor. So, essentially, what this chapter is, or who's the chapter master? Gunius Maximus.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that they defeat chaos with goon.
So essentially, what is this chapter master description / lore? So my idea for this chapter of Space Marines, they go around pretty much collecting the gene seed of every Space Marine. And the way they do it is they got to get it through the balls.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
So
Are
how
we
did
sure
this...
that this is a loyalist fucking group right now?
It doesn't
Yeah.
sound like it.
They're very loyal to the goon.
They're very loyal to the Emperor. They want to be drenched in the Emperor's seed. Anyway.
Oh my god!
Like a
Why?
Slnesh fucking Chaos Marines chapter, TBH.
No. You're crazy, man. You're insane. Out of your
Oh,
mind.
God.
What are you saying?
So what is this chapter master description lore? Well, once upon a time, long ago in a galaxy far, far away, he was the right hand of the Emperor. But, when the Emperor started looking out for his Primarchs, he decided that he needed to start collecting gene seeds to experiment and deliberate with his other Space Marine chapters. So, how old is he? I'm going to say he is 13,000 years old.
Very
15,
old.
okay.
That's a little old.
I'd
I'd say like a few hundred is probably
Oh my
reasonable.
God.
Yeah, otherwise he's older than the Imperium.
All right, 300 years old. old. Hang on. Junius Maximus
The
is
white right
300,
hand.
300
Can't
years
believe this.
old. He collects the gene seeds. What do you mean, Elo? This is peak fiction right here. You should be basking in its glory. He collects the gene seeds of other Space Marines for incubation in the barrack underworld super serum. What's something that starts with Y?
With what?
I'm
What?
blanking. What's something that could start with Y in the Warhammer universe?
With Y? The Yanari?
Yeast? Get out of here. No.
Yeast?
Oh my god.
Actually, fuck it.
With
In the barrack underworld super serum yeast, or also known as pussy, or
Oh,
no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Oh my god, bro. What the fuck?
so he is working on breeding the perfect space marine.
Oh,
Obviously,
Oh, jeez.
not like this.
It's just getting worse.
so he's trying to perfect the perfect space marine from all the gene seeds, but hasn't achieved it yet. So his life goal and the chapter's goal is to essentially collect as much gene seeds as they can to perfect the ultimate space marine.
This does just sound like a Slaneshi Warband, if I'm being honest.
It does.
This might have been better for a Chaos Warband stream, if I'm being.
Renegades.
Here's the thing, though. Like what I was thinking is that they were on the almost lured to the dark side of the Force by Slanesh, but at the last moment they were like,
Almost.
"No, we must stay
They're
pure
like,
for the
no.
Emperor. We have
Yeah.
to collect his seeds."
So
We
the big
goon for
problem
the
with this,
Emperor.
right, is that like the gene seeds are like the most precious things for any Space Marine chapter.
Yeah, so
And
you
if
just
other
yeah,
Space
well-
Marine chapters find out that you're hoarding their shit, they will come kill you.
They don't like
Actually,
the
is either the best
gooners.
backstory or the worst backstory from this group.
they don't like the Gooners.
I mean, that was like the whole thing with that animation that James Workshop put out with the salamander and the fucking ultramarine.
The I forget. It was from the Tides, right?
Yeah, something like that. But it was like the fucking ultramarine medic or apothecary. He was sent to go retrieve gene seeds from a Necron tube, and Salamander was there with them. And at the end, the apothecary decided to give the gene seed to the Salamander because he trusts him that he would deliver it to ultramarine chapters, not take it for themselves. You know, like
Yeah, because
gene seeds are super important because you can't make more. Like you can't make more of this shit.
Right.
Well, not easily, at least.
They're also known as the stealthy hands, where they could
Oh,
approach you and
no.
you don't even know that your gene seed has been cooking. They're just too fast, man. Too fast. So, what's their primary color? That's gonna be white.
They're like, your seed is already mine. Nani? And then their seed's gone.
We use the Barrack Underworld Super Serum yeast to collect it.
Oh,
shoulder. It's gonna be essentially an open hand of the Emperor, but it's gonna be just white.
That means more the color, but
Oh, okay. Color, I don't know. I've been kind of stuck on this. I don't know what the shoulder or trim should be. Look at Vimes being a nerd who reads books.
Got him.
I
Beige?
fucking watched his things. They're cool.
Warhammer
Well,
stuff
you
is
don't
cool
need,
to
bro.
watch.
Uh,
So I'm gonna say the shoulder is gonna be beige. What should the trim be?
the beige for the
For the
shoulder.
shoulder, but what should the trim be? Amethyst purple.
Amethyst purple.
Amethyst purple.
Not bad.
Just steal the Ghostbuster symbol.
Bustin', 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 bustin'.
Boston makes me feel good. I'm gonna say amethyst purple.
Amethyst purple.
All right. Gene seed, genetic origin. This is gonna come from the Imperial Fists.
Yeah, I guess it worked.
Fleet based or planet based. So I was thinking these guys are gonna be fleet based. They have no home world because during the Horus Heresy it got destroyed. So they are gooners without a cause.
Without a cause. What do you mean?
Oh,
I can't
God.
believe this.
Oh god, let's go.
And what's their fleet name? It's gonna be called the Coven of the Astra Venture Imperium, or also known as Cave.
All right, I have
Home-
done. I have done a quick paint scheme for your Space Marines. I'll put it in the private gaming chat.
All right, give me
Ooh,
1 second. Actually, so I'm gonna copy that and move it to the fleet base. Fleet.
I have made the Cum Marines.
Stop shitting in your ceramics. What are you talking about,
Oh
Giga?
my god.
Chapters preferred tactics. They are stealthy, and fight with their strong right arm.
Do they
Come on,
use
man.
Power Fist? Do they use Power Fist all the time, or?
Yes, they do. Power fists. They are very much a melee chapter.
Power
Whenever
fist.
they start to get under fire, they're like, "Help me, brother! Help me! I can't hold him off."
Damn.
So Codex compliance, no, definitely a big no, because like Vaughn said, if the other Space Marines found out that their gene seed is being stolen from dead Space Marines, they would very much not be happy with them. Chapter relic / named vehicles and ships. So their chapter relic, their most prized possession, is from the ancient world of the dark rise of technology from Terra. So dark age technology. I'm trying to think of a very elaborate way of how not to say fleshlight, but that's all that keeps coming.
Why?
Oh my god.
Named ship vehicles and ships. Well, their head ship or their head fleet is the Vimius Bamboyus.
What is this?
And chapter hero / commanders, there was, other than Gunius Maximus, there was, yeah, I'm blanking here. most of this I was making up on the fly, but right now I hit a wall.
Well, feel free to
Ah, okay.
use some of your viewers' names and adapt them into into Latinized form to make them Marines in the chapter.
No.
Okay, Rare came up
Rare,
with
do
one.
not
Yeah, we both
support this. What are you
Hello,
doing?
Bottomless was the best of the white hands. He managed to extract over 1,000 fallen Space Marine seeds
No.
with his pussy and
I can't,
managed,
bro.
This is a great start.
but unfortunately fell in battle after delivering the samples. Any additional lore you want to include?
You died. You did. You did die.
Let's see. None.
You
I
just
can't think of any
noticed.
additional lore. So, oh, you said you were streaming your my chapter, right, Penguin?
So I sent the paint scheme to the best of my ability that I could recreate in the private gaming embedded chat. So if you'd like to open that in your browser and you can show it to chat, what I interpret your paint scheme to be, to the best of my ability that I can do in the Space Marine editor.
So everybody, I would like to welcome you the white hands of the Emperor.
I could not get an actual purple color, so blue had to do it. But yeah, it's
Oh my
about the best
God.
we can
Hey,
do.
thanks.
Those
So what is
hands.
happening? We are
ring
creating
out
our own
seed.
Space Marine chapter, Big.
Indeed.
So I created
Space
so,
Marine.
so just why didn't you message me? My bad. I'm sorry.
Sir Tickles Tips, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome.
But essentially,
Yeah.
so quick rundown. So these are the white hands of the Emperor. Their chapter master is Gunius Maximus. They collect other gene seeds from the Space Marines to create the perfect Space Marine. They use the barrack. Fuck, what did I put down? I don't even remember.
In the additional lore thing, you should say that they're from the 21st Cursed Founding. That would make sense.
21st what founding?
Cursed Founding.
First founding. True.
Very
Like
cursed.
no, cursed like I put a curse on you.
Oh, curse. Okay. 21st curse founding. There we go.
That's the founding they're from.
Their motto,
Forgot
no
to-
homo. No.
No homicus.
All right.
I'm gonna get some water, BRB.
All
Okay.
right.
Miko, did you want to go next or?
Sure. Let me bring it up so that it's on.
Their motto? No. Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm having to
Watching.
recraft I had a Space Marine chapter all done up for the example, and then I accidentally deleted it, Chad. I'm sorry.
Bye, Sir Tickle.
Is it showing up for the chat?
Also, if you wanted to make the chapter symbol, I just put an extra because I forgot to do that.
Gotcha. Alrighty. I think that is it for me. Who wants to go next?
I will try to go next. I'm working on it though.
Give me 1 second. Biggs.
All right.
Hold
Everybody
on.
tune in to Nico's little Discord stream. He doesn't have. And all right. So Nico, what will your chapter master's name be?
I am not sure yet. Let me just make sure. All correct.
What about Ironius Elpheus?
I like
So this is
Ironius
hard to set up.
Alpheus.
I'm not gonna lie.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to get the right window.
Yep, you just click on the browser. It's the one if you're.
There we go. Okay, and
Should
then
tell
for
you
the
the
Discord.
PDF name.
All right, so I focused more on their tactics and their ideas of what they want to do. So something Osprey. And then what their chapter would focus on is mostly they like to they kind of are poor because they spend all their money on Thunderhawks. So they integrate I made a serious chapter, by the way.
Yep, Nico's going for a more serious take here.
Yeah. So they are integrated with the guard a lot more. So they train them up that way. They can have ground support. So what would I put here? They're primarily trainers. Spelled that wrong, but whatever. And then white color primarily. And their main goal is to honor their Primarch by perfecting the art of war. Like,
And their Primarch would be
I'm blanking on the name right now, but it's the
Corvus
Raven.
Corax, I believe.
Yeah,
is one.
that one, the Raven Guard Corax. Trim. What would be a good trim?
I do not know. It's up to you.
Brown or gold? Probably gold. So they do resort to being sneaky just because they're poor and they don't have as much equipment as some of their cousins. Gene Seed, that would be Raven Guard, right?
Yep. And then you said your secondary color is what?
Brown.
Brown, okay.
Because they're the Ospreys. I can't think of a cool name though. Like
The Ospreys is fine because the Raven Guard have a chapter that's called I think the Raptors, so that's already pretty similar.
oh, okay. They would be fleet based because again they don't have a planet. They're kind of poor. They train guards for equipment. That's kind of their deal. And then Fortress Monastery name. Talon of the Emperor.
All right.
They're going to use infiltration tactics and air assault tactics. They are codex compliant, except for, they're kind of flexible with it because of their lack of equipment. They have some Thunderhawks, but they don't have very much ground support. And then, oh yeah, that could be a good thing. I don't know any relics, but I don't think they have any. Because...
Well, you could make a Thunderhawk.
Oh, okay. What would be
Yeah.
some good Thunderhawk?
Just name it after a bird or something.
I don't know any birds.
Tempius. No. What's a poor bird?
What about the green or the
The lurching. Vulture.
Okay.
Because you pick up all the scraps. Because your
It's
company is
true.
poor.
I like that one.
They're broke.
Yep.
Give them
Which is-
the Sonichu curse relic.
no. Maybe
That's the
bring it
shame
back
of
in
their
next week's
chapter.
chapter.
They're like, no.
No joke, Elo. Hang on.
Ugh.
Hey, how's it going, L3?
Me
Nah,
and
they
Nico may have made
that
similar paint schemes on accident.
yeah. I was stuck on whether to give them a brown helmet with the white on the top or a white helmet with the brown on the top.
Oh, that's right. You did the brown on the helmet, right?
Yeah.
Do I have the brown? I do not have the brown.
I'll look at that. Mhm. Have
Are there
Soviet
any
soldiers.
chapter heroes? Maybe the chat wants to volunteer themselves as tribute to be a chapter hero for Nico.
Have Soviet soldiers from a different timeline break the universe and enter the Warhammer and fight the Space Marines. Oh,
Well, they're
cyborg
already Soviet
Soviets they have to
themed,
fight. Chaos. Cyborg Soviets. When you tab out, you have to hear the coin getting. Mexi, what's he talking about?
Mexi's got some brain rot going on in the background.
I do,
Okay.
unfortunately. Sorry.
Gotta keep that
Fucking
viewer retention
Subway
up.
Surfer and Family Guy playing.
Somebody asked for it.
Oh yeah, where's the founding? I forgot what founding I should be. Not seeing it. Oh well.
I
Let's
didn't
come up
put the
with.
thing in there, but you can put an additional lure.
Let's
On the
come up with
bottom.
a chapter master though. What should the chapter master be?
Niconus, Ironus.
Sanguinius Principalis.
Evo, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. How was your stream? What were you playing?
Hey, Elf, you got rated.
Yeah, I said hello. Hey, Evo.
Oh, my bad.
We were
Hey,
just
dude.
trying to think of a chapter master name. What should we come up with? Reforger? Oh no. I gotta
We are
get that when
doing
it's on sale.
Warhammer Homebrew Space Marine chapters. That is the vibe right now.
Mm.
Nico is
Just make
crafting up
John the
chapter
Space
master's
Marine?
name.
Okay.
John Warhammer.
John Warhammer.
I still think Ironius Celsius is pretty funny.
Bro,
MX, what you're doing? We are creating our own Space Marine chapters.
John Marine.
John Marine. Essentially, I went first. I created my
Hoorah.
own Space Marine chapter, and I'm gonna mute myself. My apologies.
That's fine.
We had some issues.
I
like me
think I
deleting
have it
mine.
pre-painted, so I'm launching Space Marine right now, so I can bring it up.
Sure. Limes, did you want to start yours while he's getting his colors up?
Sure. Let me share it in Discord so that you can pull it up on your stream. How do I do
Mine is almost done. I had crafted it last minute and then accidentally deleted it in my rush to get stream going. So
Okay, it's being shared in Discord.
okay, I will tune
Okay.
in. Vines.
There it is. I'm
Uh,
seeing YouTube.
Vimes had some
Yeah, one
interesting
sec.
music there.
There we
My bad.
go. Ooh, that
All
looks
right.
cool.
So this is a more serious one. I didn't know we were getting started off with a fucking Gunnar Marine chapter. So
Well, seriousness is also good too. All right.
I think you
Okay.
mean to say peak Space Marine chapter, Vines. Thank you very much.
literally just a Gunnar.
Gooner.
Okay. So the chapter it's kind of based around like the Han Chinese time
Okay.
period.
Ooh.
And so this chapter's name's the Golden Horde, but like horde as in a horde of gold, rather
Okay.
than like a horde of people type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter master is Jinzu Kuai-Lin. It's basically like a golden Kirin. You know what a Kirin is? It's like a little deer dragon hybrid looking thing.
Okay.
The dude's a typical chapter master height. Skin is marked as a son of Vulcan, though with a mutation. So instead of the color being obsidian black, it is terracotta clay color. And also another mutation is that the chapter of this, or the Space Marines of this chapter, have golden blood as well. So you'll be able to see the golden blood in the veins of the chapter master under his skin, making him look like a clay warrior with seams of gold across his body.
Ooh.
For the past centuries, I'm just gonna call him Jin. This is Vine's part.
Indeed, we were doing Vimes.
Also,
The
Vimes. Elo said the
Yeah,
golden
but-
hoe, I see.
That is
golden
dope.
hoe. Yeah, exactly. Golden hoe.
Oh my god, you're
But
the golden host.
yeah. But so the location of this chapter world, or location of this marine sector, is going to be in the eastern part of the galaxy where the Tau and orcs are prevalent. And so for the past century, Jin has been in the command of the Golden Horde as chapter master. He's been fighting off freebooter orcs while dealing with scheming Tau ambassadors, using the wealth of the planet and trade. He keeps the populace content so as not to be swayed by the Tau and chaos. Another thing I thought about this chapter having is that they have. Oh, I can get that to towards the relics, but they can trade, unlike most other Space Marine
Oh.
chapters. Primary is going to be a terracotta clay color. Shoulder is going to be salamander green for their founding chapter.
Any particular color on the eye lenses, or
Gold if possible, or yellow, that type of thing. And then trim is gold. Let's see. Gene Seed is gonna be Vulcan, of course. It's gonna be a planet-based chapter. Home planet is Zong, and the fortress monastery name is the Fortress of the Nine Banners.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I put the color scheme that I best I could do in the chat.
Okay, give me 1 second. I can pull that up.
Are you
Man,
streaming
this is
as well,
dope.
or?
No. Well, no, but I have this like what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I will admit this is pretty dope looking.
Yeah, it is pretty sick.
I have my thing shared in Discord.
Yeah,
So if
in
you want to
Discord,
pull up the shared Discord, you can do that.
I do. I have the Discord.
Okay. So preferred chapter tactics. Assault bikes with twin link bolters, with a sidecar, with a marine, with a flamer, with a marine, with a sidecar, with a marine, with a flamer. Marines
the
are
attack
often
bikes.
what?
Little sidecar attack bikes, yeah.
Yeah. Marines are often equipped with storm bolters as the
Nixie, thank you for
standard
the head
bolters.
pat. I
And
think I got it
captains
working.
of the left
So.
will seek out duels against the enemy or against enemy commanders. Chapters rely on fast-moving
There we go.
vanguards with a hail of bolter fire and flamers to delay and break formations of the enemy, while slower elements come behind with heavy weapons. I'm thinking, heavy bolters, meltas, things of that nature. So it's kind of like with the attack bikes, they harass the enemy and break up the formation, while the slower company or the slower Marines and rhinos and whatnot come up behind with earthworks and whatnot to make encampments, so that once the vanguard is done delaying, and the enemy just walks into a hail of melta and bolters. Chapter compliance? No. Because the chapter is split into 9 companies whose numbers aren't disclosed, but the chapter will always appear to be at chapter 1000 or chapter compliance of 1000 Marines. But that is neither here or there. They just look like they have 1000, but we don't actually know exactly how many Marines are in this chapter.
Okay.
Companies are led by 2 captains of the left and captains of the right. The captain of the right is in charge of leading the company in battle and the administration of trade and diplomacy. The captains of the left are God. Why is my grammar so terrible? Are what other chapters would be a chaplain and seek duels in battle. Chapter relics. The Red Mare is an assault bike with twin-linked bolters. I know that are twin-linked meltas. The Azure Dragon Glaive is a mastercrafted power glaive. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the trading. The chapter has an Imperial Rogue Trader seal. It's a stone seal of jade that allows the chapter to engage with trade and dialogue that would otherwise not be allowed by the Imperium. So this is how the chapter is also able to get wealth and materials that allow them to placate the populace of their planets.
Oh.
I like this
And
chapter.
this is also what allows them to deal with the Tau without engaging in open warfare, because otherwise it just wouldn't. The Space Marines aren't known for their diplomacy very much.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I like this chapter. This is cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I don't have any chapters or commanders or heroes. I didn't get that far. I put the 21st founding because I felt like the mutations with the gene seed and the fact that they aren't they aren't compliant, while salamanders usually are. Would probably be good.
Does anybody in chat volunteer to be a tribute for Vine's chapter heroes of any kind?
I'm willing to bet Rare would like to volunteer. He wants to be in the
Rare,
Crusade.
Do you have a name for a character if you'd like? It could be a chapter hero or like a tech priest or something if you want. Why does it sound like the Geneva Convention?
It kind of doesn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it
It
does
doesn't
not.
really.
It's a
but,
checklist in this universe.
But the idea was that this chapter was more about dealing with enemies that are so they're more of a defensive sort of chapter where they like to hold on to their worlds and not let it go, but they don't actively go out and seek other worlds, or they'll answer the call to battle by other forces and whatnot, but they don't typically volunteer themselves to go out there. But instead they prefer dealing with dealing with Xenos and whatnot with diplomacy and trade, so that they can sort of steer them away from their own worlds and maybe to other worlds like the Tau worlds, or maybe into a freebooter fleet or some shit like that. And yeah. What is happening? This is Space Marine Homebrew chapters.
Yeah.
But yeah, any questions or comments or whatever?
No, it's pretty good. Unless
like it.
somebody else has them.
So what weapon does the chapter master like to use?
It's gonna be a power glaive of some sort. It's probably like it's the Azure Dragon glaive.
Okay.
So it's
Yep.
basically a glaive but powered. Kind of looks like the Custody stuff, but doesn't have like a bolter attached to it.
Rare. So what were you supposed to? Rare. You're supposed to make a chapter hero idea.
Yeah, you're crafting a chapter hero version. Volumes. Something. I guess this would be Turkic based.
No, it's like China, like the terracotta stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lubu lives again.
Yeah, I was thinking that like just use like Lubu or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You could change it a little bit, be like Lubuius or something.
Lubutius.
Lubudius.
Just Warhammer fight by putting us at the end of it.
Friend to the white hand.
No joining allowed.
No.
That's from my chapter. How dare you?
It's a mage.
I rarely said
You
Yuzabong. Might be
Zhou
mispronouncing that.
Yeah.
Yuzabong. Or something like that. What would Yuzabong be? Would he be a like an apothecary or like a tech marine, or putting you on the spot, Rare? What would his role in the chapter be? Or would he just be a chapter champion? Like a swordsman or something? Will you wait Rare's answer?
God, I hate
I put you on the spot now.
I can actually, this might be cool. He is the chapter's only rogue trader.
Okay.
Ooh.
Gonna put Nico's hat back on.
Thank you. Yay.
The chapter's only rogue trader.
That didn't last long.
No.
There's some randomized title.
The apothecary of the glorious rogue Tartars.
Raiders.
He said Tartars. He did not say
No.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, did you have anything else you wanted to include, Vimes, or?
I meant traders, though. Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Oh, I'm
I can boot mine. I can boot mine up now since I've got it actually ironed out.
Okay.
And then we could go on. We saved the best for last. Mrs. Yari.
Oh no.
All right. So mine are my Space Marine chapter is called the. Oh, let me put it on Discord before so Nico can watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I was already streaming it.
No, it went away.
I should probably stop streaming mine.
All right, I have restarted mine up.
It's Vines. There is penguins.
There we go.
My German came out. Sure. So the Space Marine chapter that I foraged up earlier is the Star Conquerors. They are led by a gentleman named Dumazir Toth, the Iron Father. Dumazir Toth has served as chapter master of the Star Conquerors for 300 years, roughly 300 years, and has led them on great many campaigns. He is an expert void captain leading them on many active crusades, primarily against the heretic forces of the Maelstrom. Their color scheme will be gray, bronze, and black for the trim.
Ooh,
And
okay.
and their chapter emblem is a iron hand grabbing a star, like an iron gauntlet. So like the Iron Hand's emblem, but just put the star in it.
Hmm.
And they are of the Iron Hands gene seed because yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're a fleet based chapter primarily.
Stop
And
luring me here. No. How's it going,
their
Thunderluck?
Hey, hey,
capital
Thunder.
battle barge is called the Blessed Forge of the Omnissiah, and that is their fortress monastery.
Oh,
And they prefer heavy weapons and boarding tactics primarily. So they prefer to wage most of their wars in the void. They are, by all technicality, Codex compliant, and they view it as a useful outline for chapter creation. They have a battle barge called the Sword of the Omnissiah, as well as the chapter master Stormbolter called the Iron Rain. The they have another Iron Father called Ironius the Eldar Slayer Falkar, as well as Mexis Stinkus Apothecary, and Yaricus Amaderix, and then he's the chaplain.
I cannot believe this slander.
Wait,
How
wait,
dare
wait.
you?
Wait
Mexi
there.
Why am I
slander.
Mexican? What the fuck?
Mexis Stinkus. The chapter prefers to fight their wars in the void, and if prolonged combat, if locked into prolonged combat, they prefer to use a lot of shields and boarding weapons. So like storm bolters and the classic storm shield, as well as boarding shields, which are just bigger storm shields, pretty much. And
Dreadnoughts can do boarding?
indeed, you can launch a
That's
boarding drop pod.
terrifying.
Yeah, they like to use dreadnoughts and terminators in prolonged combat if they're going to do planet-based combat. That's what they prefer to do, as well as armored. And they're roughly from the third or fifth founding. It does that. Are not sure for certain. I had a bit more on it, but it also got deleted because I'm stupid. So this is what I had to have it conjured up from the depths.
Oh, very nice.
And their paint scheme will be. Let me open it. It's similar to Iron's, on X, and that was not intentional, but it will be a black trim with bronze, and then the silver with red eye
Pretty.
lenses. And then and they have like the Mechanicus symbol on their right shoulder because they're all iron hands, so they'll be very Mechanicus aligned.
Okay.
Yep. So very focused in on technology and praising the Omnissiah as opposed to the traditional and like glory to the Emperor kind of sayings and all that. And they of course follow most of the Iron Hands, like cutting off the hand to symbolize being one with the machine, and they really like medics and stuff. All right, and then now we can go to Yari because that one was meant to be more of an example. I don't have too much in the way of like chat interaction with that one.
Oh damn.
Yari's turn.
And now we're time to put Yari on the spot. Everyone else has gone up.
Well, I mean, first disclaimer, I'm not super knowledgeable on Warhammer 40k lore. Second disclaimer, I will break many rules because I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that's
But
fine.
I think that's fun, right? That's part of the fun. I
for the
do like
fun.
40k though. I think it's cool. But I would like if the rules were a bit more loose on certain regards. But what I was thinking of for my chapter was, well, the chapter is gonna be called the Underdark Scouts, obviously.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did
and the leader
you
is.
want to stream the PDF on Discord or?
Oh no, it's fine. I am. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna read it. And
Okay.
yeah, and the chapter master is gonna be a dark elf. I know that's not yeah.
Wait a minute.
Heretic.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take a. Actually, I didn't think of this before, but when Bimes mentioned it, I'm gonna the rogue trader seal. I was like, oh damn, that's a good idea actually.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Stealing
she's
my
gonna.
shit. No.
Yes, get fucked, nerd.
She's just stealing everything.
Wow,
I
Yari, what a
mean,
great idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
what a great idea.
You know what, Vimes? I
write
think
that
her
down.
idea is better than yours, if I'm being honest.
So she's gonna have a road trader sealed too, so she can do trade and diplomacy and scheming and all that shit because dark elves, that's what they do. They scheme and they're
Oh,
stealthy and stuff. That's also I tried to base them loosely on the Raven Guard. So, like stealth, guerrilla warfare, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say that they are planet based, and the planet is called Noctaris, and they have a fortress monastery, and that's gonna be called the Nightshade Citadel. I guess. That sounds cool,
Ooh.
right? That sounds cool.
Yeah.
For the vehicles and the weapons, I don't know, man. I don't really know much about the weapons in the 40k universe. But
Okay.
I'm assuming they probably have they probably specialize in long range combat, like sniper rifles and that kind of
I
stuff. And then
managed
also
I managed to craft a color scheme out of something that I think would fit if you did have one.
oh hell yeah.
Purple and
That's
black.
Ooh, very
perfect. Actually,
pretty.
I
Yeah.
was thinking of something like that. Yeah, purple, black, and either silver or steel instead of golden. But yeah,
I like that color scheme. It's pretty dope
It
looking.
is pretty.
Yeah, it is nice. I can switch
yeah,
the trim over to silver. See how that looks.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's see. But yeah. Obviously, they were involved in diplomacy, confusion tactics,
Oh,
special operations, covert operations, that kind of bullshit, right?
yeah.
That sounds fun. And
That's
how
like
did a dark elf ended up being the leader of a chapter? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I
Keep
don't. I
it
don't know.
beige.
I don't know what you know about the dark elves and
they're
Warhammer.
Oh,
kind
I
of
know,
mean.
I know they're kind of fun.
Yeah, that's a good way
Yeah.
to put it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a severe understatement.
That's
Yeah,
one
no,
way to
the
put it,
thing
I
I
guess.
remember is that they were so fucking they were gooning so hard that they summoned a chaos god basically.
Slanesh, I
Yeah,
think.
Slanesh.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think if they die, their soul goes to Slanesh or something like that. Unless they have like a stone
Unless
thingy,
they
a
have
soul
the soul
stone.
stones, but yeah,
Yeah.
mostly the craft worlds have the soul stones. The Dark Eldar kind of just do degeneracy and then get revived by a bunch of weird guys.
They gooned too close
Yeah.
to the sun.
They did goon too close to the sun, and they died.
They
Most
they
of them
go
died.
too hard. What did we learn from this, guys?
Uh,
So
Yar,
basically, Max's chapter is gonna summon a Slanesh.
Well, probably.
yeah.
I guess some Slaneshi demons at least.
Uh, Rare said Yari would be the perfect alliance partner for Mex.
Get it correct. Loud to correct Blizzard. Indeed.
Uh, do we know what system we're gonna be using yet? If any?
System. You mean like if they're compliance with?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're not super
Yeah,
compliant.
I'm pretty sure they're renegades.
Yeah, pretty sure that they're not gonna be compliant. It would be cool, right? But I don't think that they would be compliant because I'm pretty sure that in 40K, all the
They
all
don't really
the
like
marine
aliens that
chapters
much.
don't, yeah, they don't like the Xenos very much, right? As far as I know.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so probably
Big nod into
non-compliant there.
aliens.
Yeah.
But if Twitch,
mhm.
if anybody in the Twitch chat wanted to make a Homebrew Space Marine chapters, I will drop the file in both Mexi's Discord and Nico's. So if any of you guys wanted to submit your own, you can do those to either me personally or to somebody else, and then we can do a review stream with a gentleman named Tetravolt who paints Warhammer minis for stream,
Hell yeah, that sounds cool.
and then Nico can join too.
Okay.
Not quite sure when we're going to do that yet, but it is a future plan too. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a little fun thought experiment. Vimes did very well,
Yeah.
and so did Mexi.
Yeah.
Listen,
Don't encourage him, okay?
I know.
out of
Like,
all of us,
He's breaking
Vimes
the lure.
definitely. Out of all of us, Vimes definitely put in the
definitely
most.
did their
Yeah.
homework. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Vimes, did you craft all that while everyone else was doing theirs, or did you have that already pre-done?
I
pretty sure they
started
have
just
it.
about when we started the stream.
Oh wow. Okay.
What?
Really? What? That's
In
crazy.
fairness, I did mine like 30 minutes before stream, then deleted it on accident, and then redid it again while we were doing it. But that is crazy because you put a lot more detail than I was able to still in that time.
I had some ideas, but since I'm not like super savvy on the lore, it took a while.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was good.
I
Yeah.
like having people who have less experience with it because it can make for some goofy things and goofy interactions, and it's nice.
Oh,
to
Yeah.
get.
definitely.
Yeah. Sometimes people have their hands tied by lore and they can't be as creative
Yeah,
as
like
they want to be.
just trying to make a Space Marine chapter for me is with the knowledge of essentially every Space Marine chapter jammed into my head can be kind of like crazy because it's like, well, someone's already done that, and I need to stop thinking like that, because you can always repeat things certain
Right.
makes.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
But
like the Dark Eldar teaming up with Space Marines. Like normally, no one would do that, but it's like, hey, that could work.
I mean, they wouldn't be considered loyalists by any means, but yeah, it'd work.
You just gotta get the Dark Eldar to wear just Space Marine armor. It's not like they could tell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they would look like fucking what's their names? The fucking
XQC.
Ah man, I'm trying to think. The girls that have the armor. What's their name?
Oh, Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, Sisters of Battle. I guess
Adeptus
probably.
Sororitas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the chaplain leaning into the Inquisitor's ears. He's like, I said they're sisters. Okay.
Definitely.
Holy moly, Mexi actually does just have Minecraft parkour and Subway Surfers up.
Yeah.
I'm tuning into the stream. I knew he had. I didn't know he had the Minecraft parkour on top of it. That's funny.
Somebody recommended it.
But yeah, I mean, if anybody in chat wants to make their own Space Marine chapters and submit them to me or Nico, and then we can compile them together. It's up to you guys.
And I'll add
plus-
in an extra incentive for anybody who has the best Space Marine chapter that is voted on either by us or to the community. I'll give them 2,500 golden eagles.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Shit!
All right, guys. Now you actually have reason
Yeah.
to want to do it.
That's a lot of golden eagles, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know how much that translates to in
Peru.
USD, but I'm sure it's plenty.
Isn't that like $100?
No, no, it's $16.
Okay, but
Oh,
that's
yeah,
still,
is
that's
it?
still
Oh,
funny.
Still.
wow, that's a
Samsung's
lot
like,
of
for
mods,
real?
bro.
For real,
Suddenly,
suddenly. Yeah. So just to repeat, because Thunder Life is asking, I said for anybody who to add in an extra incentive to make their best Space Marine chapter, their own custom Space Marine chapter, and whoever has the most voted, either by us or by the community, whoever wins, I will give them 2,500 golden eagles, which is $16. So an extra
Let's
incentive.
go. You know it, chat.
that
We
is
want those
that.
golden eagles.
Now Chad is going to try hard to make the coolest Space Marine Legion
I-
or chapter.
I know. I
And-
gotta refine mine and enter that. I'm gonna. You're gonna fight me, chat.
No, can't do
And-
that.
I
And this
won't.
does go
I
for
won't.
anybody's chat. So this includes Yaris, Penguins, Elves, and
Oh my
Vimes
God.
chat. So whoever
I had one person in my chat the whole time, so and I think he left as soon as we started the actual Warhammer chapter creation. Hell no, you don't need that.
What's the one where the Space Marines go to? The what was it? Titus was in it at the beginning of the game in Space Marine 2.
The planet?
No, the Space Marine
the
chapter.
Black Watch?
Yeah, the Black
Death Watch.
Watch.
Death
Death
Watch.
Watch.
Death Watch,
Okay.
yeah.
Is there like a Death Watch tabletop?
There is, yes, but it is very. It's an interesting system, but it's a lot of rules. But I don't know if we could find time to do that, that would be an interesting thing. I don't know
Yeah,
how we
just
if
an
Yari
idea.
was in it. I don't know how we would put a dark elf in it without without some major questions.
That's kind of true.
Don't worry
Somebody
about it.
the Space Marine staring at the obvious dark elf and with a Space Marine helmet on.
I would love
Two,
She has,
just
she has a
two
little
dark
hole
elves
for
in a
the
trench
ears.
coat.
that, or the ears extend from the helmet, like they add in
There's just two
attachments
little
to the
holes
helmet.
in it. Yeah, the ears just come
That
out of.
would be
That would be
Hey,
funny.
well, hello,
hilarious.
Iconic.
I love it. I
How are
love
you?
Uh,
Welcome.
Hello, Iconic. You're kind of
Hello.
coming in towards the end of the stream already.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we? So, quick question for all of y'all: do you want to
Mhm.
do this again next week, or are you guys busy next week?
What are you talking about the reviews of the chapters, or
Yeah, or
we could do Chaos Warbands because they could actually make for some interesting things if people wanted to do that.
I'd be down. I mean, well, that's up to the rest of the
I
peeps here.
thought you were traveling next week, weren't you, Mixer?
Yeah, but I can still
Oh.
type. I may not be able to stream because my shitty laptop may not be able to handle it, but I can still join the call and talk.
Okay.
Sure, it's up to you guys. We can iron it out a little later, but
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, this has been crafting homebrew Space Marine chapters for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
nice.
It
Yeah,
was
fun.
a nice little fun bit.
Yep. Okay.
Vimes, if you want to save your Space Marine chapter
right.
and actually send it to me,
And that concludes our stream. So thank you guys for dropping by. I'm going to try to get them to because I want to do a session of actual tabletop. Maybe we can build into that, but we'll see. You're fine. You're watching this stream from a VR chat world. Very cool. All right. I think that's it though. Thank you guys for watching. I think we'll be back next week with some more Thunder. So look forward to that. Bye bye.